Hi guys, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. So in my last video I did make some embellishments, which I have here. They were some stamped and embossed embellishments, and I said that I wanted to make them as an extra piece that I could use in some clusters. I opened up my Christmas bins of stuff, and I have a lot of odds and ends, and I thought it'd be great just to get making some embellishments with them for future journals. So today we will be making some clusters. Now I thought clusters would be a quick, easy little thing and I can just drag out a few bits and pieces, but no, for me that is not true. So I will show you the bits and pieces that I have dragged out to use, and then we will get making some cluster type embellishments or whatever I feel like. That's how it tends to turn out. I do see people mass making clusters where, you know, they have one of this sort of paper and then another bit of paper and they have it all sorted and organised. It was meant to sort of be like that, where you just go boom, 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 staple it and there's your cluster. But I cannot seem to work like that. So we'll just do whatever we feel like. So I've got my embossed embellishments there. I have some Christmas stamps that might come in handy. I have grabbed a few bits of fabric and just ribbon. Like, I keep every little bit of stuff. So I've got some threads from other Christmas crafting, some baker's twine. I just grabbed some more of the like loose odds and ends that I have hanging around for this project. This is well, it looks like a cutlery drawer organizer, but I think it came from one of your, is it the Systema storage or whatever, and I find these really handy. They do come in a tub, so you can enclose them, but I take these out of the tub, use the tub for storage, and then use these separately. These are really handy to organize bits for projects. So in here I have some of my bits and pieces that I've got from magazines and that I've been sent. They're stickers for your presents, Christmas present stickers. I thought they might be handy to use. Got some old Witchcraft Do You Do digitals there. I've been gifted a whole lot of Christmas pieces as well, so in people's journals or just as separate embellishments. So I've put them in here that I might be able to use. Got a whole lot of words. Again, I've been gifted a lot of these, so thank you to whomever has gifted these to me. I know I probably got a fair few from Mary Castles a while back. I've got some bits of Christmas ribbon. I have some of these cupcake holders, cases. Yeah, they're really Christmassy and fun to use. I've been using a few of those. Got some die cut embellishments that I've been cutting out to put together because I thought they might be fun to use. And here I've got some stickers. Don't know if I'll get around to using those this time, but I do have ideas for those. So that's sort of what's in that tub. I've got so many tubs of stuff. Got my silver and gold stars. This is just odds and ends. I've got a whole lot of die cuts that I probably got off of Marketplace secondhand. I had some of these beautiful baubles that came in a pack, so I've used a few of those and we'll use some with you tonight because they're nice. That came off of a card, I think. Got little snowflakes which I've punched and put glitter glue on. These were rub-ons that weren't working anymore, so I just cut them out still on the plastic and stuck them on top of stamp dies. They didn't work out perfectly, but they're fine for layering up. It's that sort of thing that I want to get using up. I don't want to throw it out, I want to use it. As you can see there, it's not really that good, but could be layered and used. There's some more of my stars. I have this, which I've just been putting little bits of scrap paper and that in. So I've got Christmas music, old bits of doily, offcuts of wrapping paper, ribbon, all that sort of thing. I have a lot more Christmas wrapping paper, I think, somewhere, but there are a few that were handy to me, so I just grabbed some little bits of those to use. I love this one because it's flocked. It's beautiful. Had some of this tissue paper. I think this is mulberry paper. It looks a bit Christmassy to me. So grab some of that. Yes, a lot of rubbish, I know. This is a paper bag, a Christmassy paper bag. I did some Christmas napkins once. I've got offcuts. I think that's more witchcraft. Do you do digital? When I've die cut bits, I keep the offcuts, the negatives. I might use some of that. I've got these date pieces that you get in a certain book. It might be the Chronicles of Australia or one of those sorts of books. It's just a die cut. Got some old envelope. I do have bins that have my scrap coloured papers and cardstock in case I want to use them for bases. Yeah, lots of that sort of thing. Some more rubbish paper. That's more of my mulberry or whatever sort of paper it is. I do have some boxes, just packaging if I want a real sturdy background. A bit more Christmas paper. And I have a tub that's full of my Christmas ribbons and twine and that sort of thing if I want to use any of that. I do have my scrap laces and a few scrap fabrics too, just in case I need more than what I've got here. So I think that's the most of it. Yeah. So I've got a whole pile of stuff, but a lot of it's very junky and fun to use. So let's make a start and see if we can make some sort of embellishment cluster thing. I'm not very good at doing these. Yeah, as I said, I see people putting them together quite quickly, but I tend to just muck around and take forever just to do one. But let's see, that goes quite nicely on there. Break that down a bit. That, of course, can't be thrown out. That must go in my scrap paper piece, my scrap paper bin. I think we'll cut this down a bit. I love these embellishments that I made. I think they look really cool. I think that looks all right, actually. Do I want it up the top or the bottom? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter, does it? Do I want anything behind it is the next question. Looks all right on this as well. So what I might do is speed it up, put it to some music, and we'll just make some embellishments, and I'll edit some of it out so that you're not sitting here for 10 hours watching me make decisions. And we'll go through them all at the end. So I hope you enjoy, and it gives you some ideas of using up your rubbishy bits and whatever you can find to make some Christmas clusters. And it is Christmas Eve by the time you're watching this, so I hope you're having a wonderful time, and I hope you have the best day ever tomorrow. So that was so much fun using all those bits and pieces to make my clusters. So I'll go through and have a look at what I've done. So I did just run to the sewing machine and sew 3 of them. I was trying to avoid the inking and the sewing just to make it a bit quicker. Not be so anal about things. But there were a few of them that really needed something a little extra. So I will just chop the threads off a bit here. So I might tie them off afterwards. We've got this one now. This is some fabric that I had. I did make some off camera, so I'll show you those as well. I have this fabric, which I think I stuck it onto some paper and then cut around the words just to use them as separate embellishments. And they're a bit plain, so I added the zigzag stitch around it. And it looks much better now. Some paper ribbon. And it's on my red sort of wrapping paper. I think there's green wrapping paper and then my gold wrapping paper as well. So with the cluster embellishments, I find them very handy, firstly to use up bits and pieces. Also, you can use them just as an embellishment on the corner of your page. You can use them as little tuck spots, or you can add them to pockets or envelopes or whatever you want to embellish a little bit further. So these will be really handy, and it's just so much fun. When I start, I'm really slow, and then as I get going, I just don't want to stop. Just want to keep going, but I did have to stop. So what I'm going to do is leave all my rubbishy, scrappy bits in a tub for next year, and then I can just drag that out whenever I want to make clusters. So I've got that one, and then we've got this one, which again I'll tie off if I feel the need afterwards. Or I'll leave them long, I'm not sure yet. Love this one, so it's got the date piece out of a book, a bit of the offcut of material, got some of the red tissue paper, one of my embossed words, and one of my die cuts. So it's great fun using those bits that I put a bit of time and effort into doing the embossed pieces and the die cuts. Very much worth it though, because I do have a lot now to use when I want. Then this one, now this one I really liked. It was a bit plain though. With the sewing, I think it looks awesome. So that can be like a side tuck or a belly band. But that's just paper bag. And it's an offcut of a notepad piece. And then some music paper. So, and as usual, I have to keep the threads in case I want to use them in anything. So we'll have a look at the ones that we made together. So we had this one. So that's envelope as a background. You could use the shopping bags too. I was meant to use shopping bags as some of the backgrounds, but I forgot about that, but I can do that next time. Then we've got wrapping paper, some of the paper bag again. We've got some of the offcut of my die cut, the negative. Got a stamp, and then one of my embossed words. That one was a bit mucked up. I got powder everywhere and that, but I don't mind. It's great fun using it like that. There's one with one of my patty pans, then some paper ribbon, which I have cut into a banner shape. I love these. Are about my favourite embossed stamped image that I made out of that lot. And then the die cut of a Christmas tree. This one, really liked using that. That's one of the sticky present labels that I had. Layered it with one of the Witchcraft Do You Do digital pieces. Got a little tiny star there, some of the wrapping paper, and then the words party time that came out of a book. And that's just backed onto some music, Christmas music. This one, again, it's the patty pan. It's the one that we folded over, and I added some paper to make it nice and sturdy so it can be stuck to a page like that and you can slip things underneath. Actually, I should probably do some that way. That'd be good as tuck spots that way. And then I've got some of my embossed snowflakes, some of my die cut pieces that I put together. And then this I was gifted. Then we've got our bauble. Now, I haven't tied the cord on these because I'll do that when I go to use them, because I might add an eyelet to a page or a pocket or something and then dangle this from that. Not sure. But we've got one of our gold stars. The words, I have a whole lot of Merry Christmases in this foil. just back that onto a scrap of paper so that it stands out more, and then some of our wrapping paper. I think it was mulberry paper, that. Oops, and I just pulled the cord out again because I am clumsy. So this little one's very crooked. I'll straighten that up or rip it down if I feel the need. It's just a nice embellishment to add to something. I've got the word out of a book again, one of my die cut embellishments. I did add a little bit of gold glitter gel pen on that, just to highlight it a bit, and some gold wrapping paper. This one, which is really cute, I backed that onto an offcut of a Witchcraft Do You Do Digital. Now this ribbon is the offcut of a wider one that I used. Did I show one with that? Yeah, we've got this one. And I must have used the centre bit but didn't want the outside bits, but I keep any of the offcuts because I really love adding bits like that to things rather than throwing them out. And then of course my embossed present and words. Then I use some of my threads from my sewing underneath. Some music paper. I think I use music paper in almost all of my embellishments. So again, the music paper, the negative space of one of the die cuts, 3 of my embossed pieces, and then 1 of my die cut pieces. And the die cut pieces were out of scraps of cardstock that I had hanging around as well. I rarely go for a full piece of cardstock unless I know that I need a really good piece for a project. I always tend to go for my scraps first, and I find that the most fun. This is the one that we did on the back of some packaging. So it could be used as a journal card or a tuck spot or something. Then I added this wrapping paper. It's a very thin wrapping paper, so I thought it would be good with a base, a nice sturdy base. And it's got the word Christmas on it, so I thought I'd utilise that. Music paper, the mulberry paper, and then my embossed star. Love those embossed stars and the die cut that I used for them. These are, I think I called these partridges when I was doing the embossing video, but they must be the turtle doves because there's 2 of them. I don't know the song that well. So now this one was more of a scrappy one where I just grabbed bits and put them together. So we've got some of the patty pan, some of the wrapping paper, bit of music paper, and then my turtle doves. Get it right, Nat. And then I used my tiny attacher here, the little staples, and I just put 4 staples in to hold it all together. Very quick and easy. This is one that's utilising one of the faux stamps I made with the rub-on, because the rub-on wasn't coming off very well. It was a bit of a dud, so I left it attached to the plastic that it was on and just stuck that onto the background stamp. And, you know, they're not perfect, so I thought, well, if I keep them and layer them up, I can still use them. So one of my embossed words, a bit of wrapping paper at the back. I think that's the envelope, brown envelope. And then I added the little ribbon just to brighten it up a bit. And again, I used my tiny attacher in 4 spots. I've got this one. Background is the gold wrapping paper, music paper, some of the Witchcraft Do You Do Digital paper, and then I've got the negative of the die cut space. I've got one of the embossed circles, and then the embossed Christmas tree. And then I added this big gold star. I had a really small gold star, but you put the glue on, you press it down, and the fingerprint comes up on it. I actually think it's a reaction to the glue. So I wanted to add a gold star somewhere, and then I thought, look, I'll just put a big one there. But again, when I pressed it down, I don't know if you can see, but there is a fingerprint. So I'm going to have to figure out how I can adhere these without that happening. I will work on that. Okay, now we go to the ones that I made off of camera. So got some of the red mulberry paper and the music paper, and then I had a sheet that had these pictures on. So I thought I'd use 1 or 2 of those. And then I've got a couple of bows, loose bows hanging around, so I thought I'd use one there. This one, which is a bit of patty pan, another one of my faux stamps, and then it's some of the strip of paper that I had that has napkin on it. Just ripped that off, and then my embossed words, and I used the tiny attacher on that one. Another one of the baubles, and my embossed December the 25th, the Merry Christmas, and then some mulberry paper. Got one of my stamps. I love that stamp. I've got a few of those. And I put it onto the wrapping paper, mulberry paper. I've got a tiny bit of Christmas doily there, and then the music paper and one of my die cut pieces. Very cute. This one more patty pan, some of my bag there, paper bag, negative space of a die cut, a word that I've been gifted, my embossed piece and the bow that I die cut, and the Christmas tree with a little star up there. So you can always add some sturdier paper if you want to use it as a journal card or as a more sturdy tuck spot. But it's good sometimes just to leave them thin like this in case you just want it as a page embellishment or to put on a pocket or something. So there's another one of these pictures, and this is very simple. It's got a die cut negative space over the top of it. Just good to use that up, and it fit really nicely on there. And then we've got some of my green tissue paper on top of some of my Christmas fabric. This one's onto some packaging. Got the beautiful flocked wrapping paper there that everything seems to stick to. Two of my embossed pieces, the words and the leaves. And then I had this reindeer die cut, which is a bit bent. I don't think that's glue, but that's all right. I still like being able to use up imperfect pieces. You know, it is junk journals, and yeah, I'd rather use things if I can than throw them out. Another bauble with the baker's twine. Some book page that I die cut previously, which craft do you do piece there. Some of the mulberry paper, and then my embossed stocking. Love the way these have turned out. Really jazzed those baubles up and made them not so bright and glary. Then this one, which is patty pan, mulberry paper, bit of ribbon there, my embossed words and star, and a couple of stars there, and the Christmas tree die cut. And then the background was, I think that's a rub-on that I put onto some paper. It was a big rub-on, and it didn't come out perfectly, so I punched the circle out of it to try and use that for something which I hadn't used. And so I thought this is a great way to use it, because I can always stick things on bits that didn't come out so well. So a great way to use that up. So that was so much fun, and it didn't really take that long to have all these bits and pieces. So they're all ready to go for when I want to do some Christmas crafting next year. Or you can send them off to other people, which I don't tend to do because, I never know if anyone's going to appreciate my silly little crafting pieces. But anyway. So that was heaps of fun. Hope it has inspired you to grab out all your offcuts and your wrapping paper and scrappy bits to make some beautiful, colourful embellishments for future Christmas journals, or even this year. We've still got a bit of time. So again, I hope you have the most wonderful Christmas tomorrow, no matter what you do. And I thought I would put a video up. Not everyone has people around and things to do at Christmas. I like to watch videos at Christmas as well. So, I'll have another one out for you tomorrow with unwrapping my Christmas goodies. But otherwise, stay safe, enjoy. Thank you so much for all of your support and love on my channel and over the years. Much, much appreciated. Be good. See you soon. Bye.